Yeah, random opinion, man. Have you seen? Please tell me you have seen Coming to America too.
Just saw it last night.
Perfect, perfect. Oh, this
Just
should
saw
be a
it
good
last
one.
night.
Listen, random opinion. Well, it's kind of a two-part opinion. One, it was garbage. It wasn't trash. It was garbage. Two, two. On the flip side, considering the times that we are in, and consider I think if we pay attention to actually what they were doing in the movie, I feel like even though I gotta start pronouncing my THs, even though uh we had the Eddie Murphy and all the characters from the first Coming to America, I feel like they made it actually for the kids that are growing up today. Because look at this is gonna be a spoiler alert to a degree. Sorry, y'all just gonna have to deal. If you haven't watched it yet, then skip over this, okay? Because this is about to be a spoiler alert. But if you look at how the son was in the movie, and the girl that he ends up marrying, and along the way, she's telling him like, "Yo, like, you know, be the prince from Queens," and then he says, "You know what? Let me do me, right?" So then, when that happened, now he's taking his personality and putting it into it and saying, "This is me. This is my background. I don't know what else to tell you." He's doing his music. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, excuse me, the music that he likes. He's walking his style. He's doing everything his way. He's doing what you know. What I'm saying his dad told him to do, but he's like, "Yo, I gotta do it. I gotta put my own spin to it, though." And if you look at that, it's almost like it was like kind of like a passing of the torch type of thing, or you know what I'm saying, like, yo, like you gotta, you know what I'm saying. I feel like it was the movie was really made for that for the kids that are growing up today, like around the teenagers, probably around that age group. So for them, with that particular viewpoint in mind, it wasn't bad. I don't think because I think there was a lot that they could learn from it, but for me as a hardcore fan of Coming to America, it wasn't trash. It was garbage. Like throw the whole thing away. Just like I like I watched it. Like I seen it on Facebook. I seen it on Facebook. Everybody said it was trash. I didn't see not one person say, "Oh, it was actually good." I actually saw on one of my cousins. I saw one of my cousins post, and then on there somebody said that people were saying it was good. I was like, wait, what? That's the first time I saw that. Like,
Yeah, I
so
saw some mixed reviews.
my wife fell asleep on it. She don't fall asleep on movies.
I saw she posted that.
Yeah, she fell asleep on it. I don't know. I don't know. It was. I mean, it was. They had some funny lines in there, but it just overall, it was. Yeah, that wasn't it.
For me, it was cool until he actually went to go get the son. The rest of the movie was trash.
So even before that, you was like okay with it.
Yeah, the beginning was cool. I liked the what I really thought was dope from a filmmaking point of view was how when Arsenio Hall was telling the story about his one night stand.
My favorite part. That was probably my favorite part.
And then they actually went to the real scene and then cut into now footage like in the midst of that. Like that was tight. I was like, what the heck happened? You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, because I was watching like, oh, this is the real footage. Then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Arsenio Hall talking to the girl now, and I was like, wait, that wasn't in the original movie. But they transitioned it so smooth. It's not like they made, you know what I'm saying, like a huge cut to tell. So I like that. I thought that was dope. I never really seen that in a movie. And I like the barbershop scene when he first went back to the barbershop. Yeah, that was funny because him and his characters are fun. This the whole movie. Yeah. We said this last night. The whole movie should have just been him and his characters because that's what's funny. But when he got the son, I'm sorry, that dude's a terrible actor. He did not sell his part at all for me.
Trash.
Not at all.
Dude, you know what part annoyed me the most? Again, this is spoiler alert. So if y'all don't want to hear nothing about this, listen, skip over it. because it's a whole spoiler right now. The part where him and the girl that he was supposed to be marrying, the general's daughter.
Yeah,
it annoyed me when they did the same thing that Eddie Murphy did with the lady that he was arranged to marry to, the sister, the general's sister. They did the whole what is that you want to do? Whatever it is that you want to do. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, really? But it was so predictable. Like, you saw it coming up, and it was so predictable. It was like the whole movie was so garbage to the point it was laughable. Like, I kept like, you guys, like, really? Like, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, this is. So I'm laughing at it, but not because it was necessarily like funny all up and through. I mean, again, there were some funny lines, but there was a lot of times like for instance, like not so much the first time around. Excuse me. Not the first time around, but when the queen did it, it was funny because I didn't see that coming. So it was like, oh, okay, that was kind of funny. But when the baby mama pulled up and she was wearing the queen stuff, and it was like that first time of them connecting after they made it there, and she was like, "Isn't that my stuff?" and whatever, and she was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, you uppity or whatever." And then it was like, I'm not uppity. And she was like, if you she was like, uppity B say what? And then she was like, what? That part, it wasn't funny to me on that time. But when the queen turned around and did it to the king, that's when I found that part funny.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's just because I didn't see it coming. Like, not that I saw the first time come around, but it just I think I was kind of a little too annoyed by the time that line was first used. But then the second time, I wasn't really annoyed anymore because it was just like, okay, it is what it is. This movie is just, it just is what it is. So I really accepted it. It was like, okay, cool, whatever. But then, so when she did it, that was like kind of funny. And I think it was more so because it was his wife. You know what I'm saying? Not like the baby mama. So that part was to me, that part was a little funny. Those other little parts too, but yeah, I would have to say that the memory lane is probably my favorite part because that explained the whole son thing. Yeah. But I kind of feel like they it was dope how they shot it, but the whole thing felt forced. Like, it just felt like rushed. They was trying to rush, forced. Like, they should have took time with that. Like, they should have took time with that. If they was gonna do this, like, you can't do such a great movie like Coming to America and then turn around and, you know what I'm saying, and rush it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna get the greatness out of it. I think if they would have took another like year or two to really like work on it, then it could have. I think it could have been great, like really great. But they needed to not try to overly do it. For one, they tried to have too many stars in it, and I think that was unnecessary. My bad. Hold on. Sorry. I got an alarm. So them having too many stars, like, you know what I'm saying, you got Wesley Snipes in there, you got all the different singers in there, Salt and Pepper. Even one of the worst parts is when the dad died. That part was so trash, during bro. The song? Yeah, it was so trash. Like you couldn't. It wasn't even like you could feel sad. It was just like, oh, okay, he's dead. Like, like when somebody dies, it's supposed to be, unless like, now I get it. It's supposed to be kind of a comical movie, but I guess considering that it wasn't the first movie, it's supposed to be the sequel. I feel like they should have had more of a like, oh dang, like he really died. Like, shoot, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a more heartfelt for that particular thing.
And that's the reason why. Like, so I like the original Coming to America, but I have no like lasting affection for it. So I think
that when you say you don't have a lasting affection for it, what you mean?
Like I wasn't measuring this movie to the other one because I like the other one, but it's not like, oh snap, this great movie is about to get made again. That wasn't even my excitement. I was just like, oh snap, Eddie Murphy's in the sequel to Coming to America. Like, I don't think I have the same heart for it that most like hardcore.
Oh, it's almost like it's almost like you don't necessarily have a favorite team. Well, no, so it's almost like there's a team that you don't necessarily care for, but there's a player on the team that you really like. Kind of like that almost.
No, because I like Coming to America. I do like it. I don't. I felt like this. All right, so when they redid Aladdin,
mm-hmm.
I was like the whole time like this because I'm trying to make sure like the movie is as great as the other one because I have a lasting affection with Aladdin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I love that movie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm everything that was happening, I was like, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. And I feel like a lot of people was like that with Coming to America, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why like the beginning was cool because I was like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not comparing it. And but like the part when James Earl Jones died, it was just I thought they were trying to be funny. So I was like, okay, I think they're trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't really funny. It was kind of like, oh, that's
it was
trash.
weird.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know? Or if they were going to go the comical route with that, they could have did that way better because it was garbage.
Yeah,
it was just like, all right, I'm about to die, my son. I'm like, what?
But like, I was saying that to say like, even I thought the movie was trash, and I don't feel like that about the original. So I know that original fans, that real fans, hate that movie. I think
it was.
It's a bad representation of a good.
I can almost guarantee I'm never gonna watch it again. Like, not ever.
Oh yeah, I have no reason to.
Like, it's like, why would you replay that? Like, watch it one time, maybe for the culture. And I think that's kind of why they did it. You know, me and my wife said that last night. Like, they kind of pretty much did this for the culture, right? But like, because well, so I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna make my reference gonna be with in regards to wrestling, but for shout out to my wrestling fans that may be wrestling fans. So with wrestling right now, for the first time in history, you have all the top on the main roster. You have no offense, no shade to any of the main roster people, but just yeah. Anyways, you got Bianca Belair, you have Sasha Banks, you have Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley. They're the top. Oh, and Asuka, because technically speaking, she would be considered of no. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that right now. But anyways, you got Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Roman Reigns, and Bobby Lashley. Bianca Belair, she isn't the champion, but she is in the women's match as the women's main event. So you have 4 black people or 4 people of color because Roman Reigns is Samoan. So you have 4 people of color who are going into WrestleMania as the top champions.
Mm-hmm.
That's history. Right now, black people are getting a little bit of a different type of shine right now. So even with this coming out with Coming to America 2, I feel like it kind of they might have been more or less trying to ride that wave of like, oh, let's give black people this shine right now because they really do deserve it. And yeah, we do. We definitely need to be seen as queens and kings and even more than that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel like it was done because it's like, this is like the perfect time to release it. So, and maybe they were in the process of doing it before. Now, I don't know when they started recording and all that stuff started shooting.
Well, I didn't see a whole lot of interviews. I saw Eddie Murphy did say that he never, this was never an idea of his. He never even planned for this to happen.
Oh, I'm sure. Coming to America was such a classic. I mean, it was like, you don't really need a sequel for it.
Yeah, you could tell it wasn't written for it. By the way the movie ends, it wasn't written for a sequel. Yeah, that sometimes that happens in movie land, man. I hope because I love Eddie Murphy. I hope some people enjoyed it. I think, like I said, I saw some mixed reviews. I saw some people did enjoy it. So, it is what it is. But
I think it was enjoyable for what it was. But like I said, I'm a hardcore Coming to America fan.
No, I'm sticking with my opinion. It's like garbage.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I think not for me, but for others, like people, like I said, like teenagers, it probably was like, oh, this is kind of a dope movie. I don't. Yeah, it was
teenagers that don't know good movies.
Well, I told my wife, and we're gonna end with this so we can get through this episode. But I told my wife, I said, "Well, look at the music that gets put out, that they listen to." So you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, no shade, but I don't really expect them to actually know great movies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, hey, it is what it is.
Flip the switch.
You launched the right one. Nah, you're the wrong one today. You're the wrong one today.
I had to automatically.
You're the wrong one today.
I had to automatically put it in because y'all over here. What y'all talking about, man?
You said right now. What did you say? What did you say about Coming to America?
Coming to America was a good movie. Are you talking about Coming to America?
No, not 2, 1.
What did you say about the first one?
Oh, the first one, it was funny. It was a funny movie.
That is not what you said.
I did say it was funny because of the
characters. Is that what he said, Dre? Is that what he said?
Yeah, but you said that the writing on the first one wasn't good.
The writing on the first one was the exact same as the second one.
No, it was not.
No, it was not. You tripping.
I laughed throughout
seriously?
The first one. I was laughing.
Yeah,
I didn't laugh at this one.
You constantly laughed.
You was laughing. I was watching it with you last night.
I was laughing until they picked up the sun. I would say I was laughing until they picked up the sun.
What you mean? It was funny when he went to Africa.
But no. See, there's two different types of laughs, bro. There's two different types of laughs. There's a laugh that's like it's so garbage, it's laughable laugh, and then there's the one where it's like, yo, this is actually funny laugh. Coming to America 2 was this is garbage, laughable laugh. Coming to America was actually like funny laugh.
But did you laugh?
Yes, did I laugh on the first one? Yes.
Did you laugh on the second one?
Garbage laugh, yeah.
It was a laugh.
It was like unbelievable at how garbage it really was. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like they really did it like this.
What was your favorite part of the movie, Ronnie? Stop. Can you stop? Well, Elon's the right one.
Yes.
I was like, you ain't gotta say his name correct. Elon say.
See, you just want to start stuff, Mark.
You started it. You like I can't bring my wife home.
What's she gonna do?
What you mean? What's she gonna do? What?
What is it?
What?
Come on, man. Why you gonna get her on me? What did I do?
Because you out here disrespecting Coming to America.
How? I said it was funny.
No, you said it had the same writing.
You
said it had the same writing. No, you said it had the same writing as Coming.
You on that side, you down here.
Nah, you said
it looks because I'm on the top left corner. So if y'all
hey, for those that are watching this episode, real quick, let me cut in here real quick. For those that are watching this episode, I know y'all were expecting some serious content that was gonna help change your life. And I sincerely apologize. Elon say he came in to say what he got to say, and it was disrespectful. And so we just have to take a turn for the worst. We have to take a turn for the worst. We got to go and save our brother. We got to deliver our brother. All right. So we working right now. Me and DeAndre, we working right now. All right.
First of all, I want to say thank you for letting me be on the podcast. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I just don't appreciate Mark and DeAndre coming at me.
What?
Appreciating the movie and the what it was. For what the movie was, it was good. It was funny. For what it was funny. Look,
for teenagers, right? For teenagers, right? If you said that,
movie, look, if you like the first one, if you like the first one, you will like the second one. Only because they brought the second one, you see the first one throughout the second one. Like they go back in time.
That's the reason why I probably don't like the second one, is because I saw the first one. If that was a standalone movie, no, I'll take that back. Still been garbage. It was just garbage.
Yeah, it would have been
poorly written.
It was.
It was written the same way.
It was forced. Coming to America was not forced. Coming to America 2 was forced. You can tell, like they
Coming to America 1 was forced too.
No, it man.
The Africans don't act like that. They forced to act like that. They wasn't acting like that. The Africans don't really be like that out there.
I'm trying not to cuss, man. I'm trying. God help me
it's
today. What? What are you talking about?
Bro,
right, tell me what was the greatest scene in Coming to America 2?
The greatest scene?
Yes.
The greatest scene,
or what made it so great?
Well, you know me, I'm a lover boy. You know, shout out to Drake. You know, it's for the certified lover boys out there. But you know, the favorite scene was when the barber, you feel me? He fell in love with the barber and not with Tiana Taylor. You feel me?
That was your favorite scene?
Yeah, why not? Y'all don't know what to say. Look,
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what scene that is. I know that it happened. The
part where he kissed her.
Talking about
the part where he kissed her.
Oh,
right?
You just want to know just overall scene.
Yeah, the scene. I want to know the scene.
My favorite part of the scene.
You don't remember?
I do.
You just watched it last night. You just watched it last night.
It was memorable.
Yes, it was.
Hey, y'all see this, right? We are not the same. Yeah. This is just so y'all know. Elon says it's not the same.
I'm not.
Your talk is way different, bro.
I'm way.
It's not a good.
I'm in 2025. Y'all still back in 2021 still. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
look, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all finish our podcast, man.
Nah, man, this is the podcast today. Nah, you on now. You gonna stay on today. You got to make sense of this.
I need that Mr. Rogers doorbell button.
You know what?
Just come in.
You know he needs. He is the one of the leaders of this new way. That's what he is. He's one of the leaders of this new generation that's like okay with stuff like Coming to America 2.
Bro, wait. I don't think the new generation is okay with that movie.
They don't know about the movie. They don't know the movie because they didn't see the first one.
I just think
you need to see the first one for the second one to be good to you.
No, I saw the first one. What are you talking about? More than 3 times, more than 5 times. What are you talking about? 2 was trash.
Even when the son went back in Africa.
You know my favorite thing. You know my favorite thing about Coming to America 2? My favorite thing about it was the fact that you know what? You got to remember where you came from. You got to remember your story. That was my favorite thing about it. Yeah. With the writing, it was just garbage.
The boys from Queens, it came out there. His mom was out there. And then, bruh, you would act the same way if you went out there in Africa. You act just like him. You and your mama. Y'all act just like him. Oh, yeah. Oh, they said, baby me. Come on, it's the same thing. Oh, baby me. Oh, 3 women, baby me. Come on, it's the same thing.
That was probably the most believable part for him.
It's the same, bro. He did the exact same thing, but he was just younger. It was new. It was like today's time. He was acting like today's time, being in Africa, and the same thing that Eddie Murphy did when he was younger in the 80s. The same thing. But it's just different. It just look different now. That's what it is. It's the same exact thing, man. See, y'all too old. Y'all was born in the 80s. I forgot. Y'all born in the 80s. See, 90s babies. You know, we could see it. You feel me?
Boy. Yeah. No, y'all just making excuses for the lack of greatness.
Huh?
I like your description.
I do like his description, but it was still terrible. It was still garbage. You're not gonna get around that, bro.
If you really think about it, if you really think about it, though.
He left. Why he leave?
Because he was wrong. He knew I was right. He can't be on here when I'm right.
I can be on here when you're right and when you're wrong.
Because we're not the same.
You're right. We are not the same. You talking some weird stuff.
We're not the Because you don't understand. We're not the same. You from a
see,
different
you
place.
that little brother that I know is like, see, that's how I know you different. Because you see, that's why you're the little brother.
Shout out to 2 Chainz.
With manifesting, I think it starts out as a thought, and then it grows into like a behavior, kind of like you're kind of getting yourself ready, so you kind of move things around in your life to get ready for it, and then before you know it, it's there and it's happening. And so I feel like we all kind of together brought this thing forth and manifested it together, and here we are.
Have you been struggling to manifest the life that you want to live? Check out the Switch to Manifest podcast the first Wednesday of every month at 12 noon on YouTube channel Flip the Switch TV.
The first one did have a lot of stars though.
No, it wasn't like it was. No, there was a difference. Because you only had, so name all the stars from the first one.
I mean, Arsenio Hall, Eddie Murphy.
Right.
James Earl Jones.
Jones.
What's the original?
What's the dude's name that? Huh? What's the dude's name that plays Earl? I always forget his name off the top of my head.
McDowell.
Yeah.
Good Times.
Oh yeah. John Amos.
Let's do some Good Times.
Yeah.
Okay. Him.
The Vanessa
the mama.
That's who the mama is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The wife. She was already a star. I forgot that other dude name. I don't know. His name.
Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Louis.
Hey
man, I kind of missed the Louis Anderson show. I kind of missed that.
Whoever that.
It was a cartoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, or something like that. It used to come on Saturdays.
Yeah, I remember the cartoon. Whoever that dude was, he used to do the Soul Glow.
Yeah.
I forgot.
He was in the second one.
I forgot his
No.
He was in the first one.
I think he was the only one that wasn't from the first one.
He was a star already though too.
So that's 8.
So what's your point?
That's a lot of stars.
No, hold on.
A lot of stars in one movie.
What did y'all prove?
No, not really. Because so here's what I'm saying. All that extra terrible writing, I feel like they did that. They tried to compensate by having Rick Ross, Wesley Snipes, Rotimi,
Rick Ross only had one line though.
It don't matter. The fact that he was in there. What's his name?
Cameo. Wait, no.
It's a cameo.
I agree with you on that. That Rick Ross only had one line.
Don't matter. Why is he in there? Because it's his house?
To the bad writing.
You said what?
How does that contribute to bad writing?
I didn't say it was contribution to the bad writing. I'm saying for what? Why are all of them in there like that?
Why not? It's a cameo.
What do you mean why not?
To bring more people to watch the movie.
You don't need to though. It's coming to America.
Bro, you know when that movie came out?
I understand when it came out.
30 years ago.
I understand that. But you don't need
before I was born, bro.
I know that. But
to me, that makes sense. The cameos make sense. Tiana Taylor, Rick Ross, why not put new stars that people would know inside the movie?
Salt and Pepper. Like all of that.
Stars.
Yeah, I didn't say they were new. No, I'm not saying new stars as in like new people in general. I'm saying new to the movie.
Because it's 30 years later.
But for what though?
The movie is 30 years later.
But for what though? Okay, so if you're saying 30 years later, why do you have Salt and Pepper in there?
I don't understand why Salt and Pepper was there, but I
didn't
think they messed up the movie though. You think
the mom is from Queens. The mom's from Queens. Why can't she? And she rich. She African rich. She can't just fly out her favorite artist from back in the day.
That was before she even showed up. What are you talking about? Salt and Pepper performed before that.
The original mom. He talking about the queen.
So what? What I'm saying is one of the reasons why I didn't like the movie was because you had all these extra people in there for no reason.
Why you asking so?
You said what?
You said why did Salt and Pepper?
Yeah, like why did you have all these other people in there?
Of the mom, you said so what? But
yeah, I'm saying so what?
So why ask me that question? Why you let me ask if it's gonna be so what?
The mom was from Queens. I get that.
I understand that, but I feel like for me, and maybe it's because I had an expectation. For me, I didn't feel like they needed everybody else that they brought into the movie to make the movie. I don't feel like they needed that.
So you said that
I feel like it was unnecessary.
I get that, but are you saying that made the movie worse though? Are you saying that contributed somehow to it being a bad movie?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, how? How did it contribute to it being a bad movie?
Because you're trying to give all these people parts when you don't need to.
Oh, I see.
You're taking time away from.
When
you're making a sequel to a movie, maybe Rotimi was added. That was cool. Having Wesley Snipes as a general and stuff, because I understand that part of the storyline. I understand that part was cool. You're trying to combine these two different parts of the country or whatever together. I understand that part. That's cool. But then when you add this whole scene, when you add this whole scene to like with the when the dad died, you got all this, you know what I'm saying? Like all that to me was unnecessary.
Wait, what celebrity was in it? Oh, talking about Gladys Knight? Because Gladys
Knight
was
all the whole performance part to me wasn't necessary.
That got nothing to do with the stars. That's just bad. That's what I'm saying. I just disagree with it that it has anything to do with the stars. It's just bad writing. That was a dumb
scene. Bad writing, but at the same time,
someone like that guy.
That was a dumb scene.
How?
They was singing a bad,
and then he turned around and was like, "All right, sir, I'm gonna die now."
Just and it seemed
yeah. His line right before that was
it wasn't funny.
He talked to the son first, then he died.
But it wasn't funny. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It wasn't funny or sad. It was supposed to be one or the other.
Right, it gotta be at one or the other.
You didn't get sad.
It was shocking.
You didn't get shocked.
No, I was like, oh, what happened? What's happening?
Yeah, like why did they put that there?
Yeah, it's like, what happened? That's what they meant to do.
No,
like I said,
that's what they meant to do. See, y'all don't take the art as is. Y'all creators. See, y'all not consumers, y'all creators. Y'all always gonna look at something as unfinished product. Because
no, I don't look at. That don't make sense, bro.
If you made hamburgers and you go to somebody else's house,
no, it's not the same thing.
Oh, make me a hamburger.
I never look at Avengers. Listen, I never look at Marvel. Man, come on. I never look at anything Marvel.
You ain't just gonna accept the burger as everybody else. You're gonna examine it. You're gonna taste it. You look through it.
Now, bloggers and critiquers and stuff, they're not filmmakers. They just watch the film and critique it.
Right.
It's not because they're creative.
Who said they're right?
Why?
Who has to say so if a movie is good or not? The majority? That's not fair.
I'm just saying it's not good to me. I said it was garbage to me. That's why I said to me.
That's not fair though. The success of the movie is based on the majority. It is fair.
But that's why I say it's not because it's garbage to me though.
If Drake says something, they're gonna cancel it.
What do you mean?
If Drake come out and say, "Oh, Coming to America 2 was a good movie," I guarantee everybody will watch it and be like, "Oh, it was good. It was funny."
No.
You can say whatever you want right now. I don't care. Eddie Murphy can come and say that it was a good movie. I'm gonna say he lied about himself.
Right.
I don't care.
The only thing was bad.
What?
But look, it wasn't bad. See, look, the movie was supposed to look and be like that, bruh. I'm telling you. Because look, the old movie, it wasn't greatest production. It was wacky because of the comedy and just the random stuff, like unrealistic comedy. It's like super unrealistic stuff that was happening in the first one. And
like,
Eddie Murphy dressed up all these different characters. There's a lot of unrealistic things. Like it's just, it's wacky.
That's not unrealistic.
It was not unrealistic. What makes the movie good because it was relatable. It seemed like it could happen.
Not no old dude cut hair like that. All the old dudes in barbershop. Not the dude dressing up in that blue suit, dancing, singing like that, like he did at the end of the movie.
See, Ronnie got dreads.
Bro, that stuff was funny. Or the preacher. All that stuff was just
bro. When was the last time you've been to a barbershop?
That was me.
When was the last time you've been to a barbershop?
What you like about the second one? It's relatability.
Relatability.
Yeah, that's what you named earlier.
Yeah,
it relates to the first one.
No,
relatable.
It's relatable to the first movie, and it's relatable because the young boy, he's young, and he's gonna go to Africa like that. That's the reason why I say it's relatable.
He was so bad.
He wasn't bad. Y'all just mad because y'all didn't know him.
No, he didn't.
No, it has nothing. I'm good with not knowing somebody before I go into a movie. I don't have to know who they are. If they sell me on that part, I'm good. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Before my first movie.
No, but Eddie Murphy sold him in the first one
because he was already African with the accent.
What do you mean? He sold.
That's what made Eddie Murphy That's what made Eddie Murphy the movie. That's what made the movie.
No, because all right,
he had an accent and it was funny. He was already funny.
Terrible.
Yeah,
this dude from Queens.
And he's in that context. But he's so it looked like he didn't understand nothing about the culture. They didn't write this movie to give that boy enough time to be there to really experience anything. I didn't even, bro. Yeah, he was there for one dance, and then the next day he was like, "Oh, this ain't me." It was one dance. He was there to dance with Tiana Taylor. The next day, he had a ponytail. And this ain't me. She gave him the ponytail. She cut it off. That's what I'm saying. She cut it off. I didn't feel like they developed this character on I didn't feel that when he first said to the barber lady, when he first was like, this ain't really me. I didn't feel nothing. I was like,
yeah.
Who are you? I didn't see
it was just random. It was just a random line that seemed like
you ain't the ticket seller? Who are you?
Like it seemed like he was trying to force that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like
because the movie wasn't about his son, it was about Eddie Murphy and what happened in the old movie, and he slipped up with the Hulk.
I don't disagree with that part, but it still doesn't mean it's not trash.
I know y'all perspective is messed up. It would be a good movie if y'all had my perspective. And y'all can't say that because it's my perspective. And y'all can't say I have to justify right.
Oh my God.
Of that movie. And that movie was good.
You're right.
Hey, the Bible says that there's a way to a man that seems right. That's all I'm gonna say. That is terrible.
I've been out here too long, man. That's how I feel, man. I know y'all.
Well, hey, I need to answer that question though.
Y'all get drinks off the phone again. You know.
When was the last time?
You know he's in his word. You know Hey man, listen, man. Listen, I got a revelation for y'all.
Hey, when was the last time you were in a barbershop?
The last time I went in a barbershop?
Yeah. And don't lie.
Last year.
Last year when?
Like you know, in the summer.
So in that barbershop,
I had a little taper. You feel me?
Were you in a barbershop that's connected to a beauty shop or what? I mean, because it's a
beauty
little.
Shop. There was a beauty shop, but there's barbers there.
So it's not an actual barbershop. It was really a beauty shop, but it was.
It's a hair salon.
Oh, see, that don't count. I'm talking about a barbershop.
What does that mean? What does this have to do with anything?
A barbershop, like where it's dang near like a man cave. Like barbershop is like a man cave. Not beauty shop. We're talking about barbershop. Barbershop is like practically, I mean, it's making an acceptance these days because of the times and everything. But there was a time like men was did not like women joining in on the barbershop. Like there was a time it was
I seen barbershop 1, 2, and 3.
No, not the movie, man. I'm talking about actual barbershop, real life barbershops. It's like a man cave, bro. Like that's like one place publicly you can go to and congregate with other men, and you can talk, women, sports, everything. Right. You can talk everything and not have to worry. It's like a sanctuary.
Right. When the last time you been in a barbershop?
Bro, like a few weeks ago. What are you talking about?
I said it because
I go often. I go often.
You go often? You go too often.
Nah, I don't go too often.
I'm trying to see the top of your head.
My point.
Stupid. You gonna get the line up down here.
Stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna get the beard lined up, man. But my point.
Why you don't like your own beard up?
Because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess up. I'm not, and plus I like the way that my barber does when he lines it up. So it's like
you got a nice beard, bro. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get like you.
Nah, man. I'm trying to do better than this. You know what I'm saying? But
But why you brought up the barbershop though?
Because you brought up the barbershop in Coming to America. You were saying that's not realistic.
No, it's not relatable. I'm saying the characters that Eddie Murphy played, like how he was the preacher acting crazy like that, how he was that dude singing with the blue suit, like all that art is a wacky comedy. It's not like it was almost like a scary movie type of, scared the series.
It's almost like a spoof. Yeah.
It was like those spoof type of things, and that's what this movie was. And so when you see of today, you see like that's how it was supposed to be. It was made. It was how it was cut.
But it's like, supposed to make me laugh.
Right.
It did not make me laugh.
He was laughing last night.
I told you earlier, it's two different types of laughs, bro.
That. I was not.
It's two different types of laughs. So even if he was laughing, he probably wasn't laughing like, oh, this is comical laugh. This is like garbage.
You must be thinking about the times me and Aubrey looked at each other and was like, man, this is stupid. This is dumb. You talking about that?
That don't count. You can't count that as an actual laugh, bro.
When you watch a scary movie with the Wayne brothers, you laugh at it because it's just stupid. That's what it was supposed to be.
But
because them movies are stupid.
But I'm laughing at how good the execution of the stupid was. It was a good execution of stupid.
That's what it was.
It was. Last night. I absolutely agree with that.
And right after Coming to America went off, what we put on? We put on Tropic Thunder. And you heard real laugh. We was really, that was laughing.
They had to make up for the time they lost with Coming to America.
Well, Tropic Thunder was made a few years later.
Come on, man.
A lot of years later.
That movie is great. I don't care what nobody say. Greatly written. That movie is,
because it's been, bro. You can't tell me one movie that was in the 80s that still make you laugh out your socks today.
That's a good question. I'm gonna Get You Sucker still make me laugh.
Maybe 1995 and on, but nothing below under 95 was super funny to you. That's still to this day that laugh socks. Look, Mark thinking.
I'm not thinking. I personally don't often watch movies from that old, and that has nothing to do with they were good or not good. I just don't do that. That's just not me. I'm more of a person that pretty much stays with like a certain time frame. Now, if there's like an absolute like favorite, like Drumline is something I'm gonna watch every now and then. I love Drumline. Every now and then I'm gonna watch that. Every blue moon I'm going to watch that. I'm Coming to America is a movie that I'm going to watch every now and then, especially because my wife is a Coming to America fan. So the fact that me and her are both Coming to America fans, it's gonna go down every now and then. But it's not. I'm saying it's not. I'm not a fan in the sense of constantly watching older movies like that. So you're not gonna see me watch. I don't even watch.
I got two that still make me laugh.
What's that?
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker and Harlem Nights.
Okay. You know what? Dang.
I love Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights is dope.
I'm going. Both of those movies.
That's another old movie I'll watch every now and then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Get You Sucker. Yeah, that mess is funny.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Be having me dying.
But you know what? I think it was super intentional to be funny. It was parody. It was really a parody.
That's the point. That's what.
Yeah, I'm about to say it should be.
It's supposed to be. That's good writing.
Coming to America wasn't a parody, but it made a parody of its own self.
The first one? Or the second one?
The first one.
Yeah.
It was like a parody of, the culture, African culture and stuff.
Yeah. It was like the beginning of like the spoofs and stuff.
But it wasn't a bad movie though either.
Huh?
Coming to America, the first one wasn't a bad movie.
But I'm Gonna Get You Sucker writing was better than
yeah, it's probably some of the best. Well, I don't know, but I'm saying it's probably some of the best writing in a comedy. But Coming to America had a great storyline.
Yeah, it's the storyline. It's the storyline.
Yeah, for me, but I think the storyline of Coming to America was the greatest thing about it for me.
But that's what people are saying about the second. The storyline just ain't that good.
Yeah, it was trash.
You know what? It's not a good executed storyline.
What I think what it was, honestly, what I felt kind of disappointed by. I did feel disappointed. Felt disappointed by because how he had his son, how his son was conceived. That's all. That was like, his son was by that lady.
Yeah, that part
that was the only
thing.
thing.
It was like, because I feel like they kind of made that up. It was like, oh, we don't really know. We got to figure this out. What's going to be a good way to kind of sell this? Like, really? An illegitimate son or whatever? Like,
I like that scene because, like, from a filmmaker standpoint, of how they went back in the day and switched up, and
showed it to us. Like, explain that to us.
It was like, you can tell y'all wrote that last minute. It was like, you can tell.
Like, we got to figure something out.
Yeah, we got to figure something out.
But that's another thing, too. They should have left that out. They should have did something else. Came with a different angle. Like, to...
But that lady is popping on Saturday Night Live, though.
She funny.
She's dope. She was probably one of the best parts as far as the new characters are concerned. She'll play the best.
She's been in the movie, though.
Huh?
Well, yeah. Okay. So not new characters, but I mean, like, she was kind of like a random in the first one.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like, she wasn't like
she still had
a star or anything like that, or like a...
But she had some scenes, though. Not some scenes, but she had like a memorable scene.
I don't remember. Like, I didn't remember her from the first one.
Wait, you saying she was in the first one?
Wasn't she in the first one?
I don't remember. I remember that scene, but I don't remember her in the first one.
I don't think she's in the.
That's why I said she was new. Because I don't remember. I don't remember her actually being. I feel like they actually
maybe they did do a flashback. Maybe they did maybe they just reenacted.
Well, no, they had, but they had to kind of have that in there somewhere, right? Because how was they gonna bring that whole part back? How did they remake
That's why. That? Okay, see, that's why I keep on saying, from a filmmaker standpoint, that was a great scene. Because
I agree with you.
They put new scenes. They mixed it with that old scene. But you can't even see the transition.
Yeah, because
you can't even see the transition.
They had to like remake that. Because she wasn't in there. I don't remember her in that. Because I don't remember him walking. I don't remember Arsenio walking through the people like that.
No, that never happened.
He just sat at the table.
I remember them sitting at the table, and I remember different girls popping up at the table with them. But I don't remember ever Arsenio going to the bar and talking to them. Yeah, that never happened.
So actually, you even more right. Like, I know you was already right, but I mean, like, it makes it even more like, oh yeah, that is a dope way to kind of do that.
Yeah, that was a dope way, because I was looking at the screen, like, I looked at Arby like, how did they do it? When no CGI, like, how did they do that? And then they had Eddie's and Arsenio's makeup so good, they still look young. They still look young. I was like, okay, they did pretty good on that. They did pretty good.
So, dang. I think you can, to a degree, see the CGI when he turns around and says, like, oh, we're princes or something like that. And he looks at...
Yeah, because it looks more polished at that point.
So I think that's the part where you can actually see the CGI. So, but it was still like a dope CGI. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, that's just terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't really tell, per se. Now, unless you got an eye for it, that's different. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, because going back into it, I was like, oh, wait, no, the CGI part, you could kind of tell a little bit when he turns around and he has the ladies look at Eddie. And then recreating the part that they wrote in with them at the house, that part was pretty dope too. So having the makeup
with them at her house,
like
Eddie
that
at her house.
But I don't even think that was makeup. I think that was like digital.
Oh, you think it was digital?
Yeah, Ronnie, your mic is muted, bro. Oh, there you go. Because
either way, that was tight.
You had to put their faces on from back then, from 30 years ago.
Yeah, because that's what it looked like.
That was makeup, bro. Like that, even with makeup, that makeup is not that strong.
That's what I was saying.
It was computerized, which is not a bad thing. I was here for that.
That was dope. Huh?
Yeah, I'm here for that. I'm perfect by that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was the great, to me, that was the greatest part of the whole entire movie, was them explaining what happened.
Oh.
Because he was like, yo, what you mean I got a son? Like, what? And it's like, this ain't making sense. I ain't had. And then Arsenio was sneaking away. And then it's like, say, what? Hold up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, remember that night when? And I'm like, and I love that transition of going back to that club. And man, you was looking for love, but I was out here looking for the vagina. Like, that part was that whole scene
that was tight.
Was the greatest thing of that whole movie.
No, at first I thought what's his name? Arsenio Hall had a kid. I like,
I was thinking that, and that's what I love too. That was them having them think like because he was sneaking away. Because remember, he did pretend like he was the prince.
Yeah, he did.
So that it made so much sense to do it that way. So that's what I'm saying. This scene,
but then
you know what I'm saying?
Just from a writing standpoint, though, like she had to drug him, so that's why he didn't remember. See that kind of stuff is like
that's like, where they messed up at though, because
it's like,
she was only smoking a cigarette.
It's like, what you mean she drugged him?
So it's like that don't even make sense. Like
it's like, where did he wake up?
But you know what? But because it's comical, because it's supposed to be kind of like a comedy or a spoof or whatever, it kind of makes sense for them to do like, oh, a cigarette kind of drugged him because he's from Africa. He ain't never smoked a day in his life. So you know what I'm saying? And because it's supposed to be kind of like a comical thing, it kind of makes sense for them to do a cigarette.
I guess.
Kind of to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, because it's supposed to be funny. So it's supposed to be like, a cigarette makes you high? What? Like, that's laughable in a way.
To a degree. Better.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you.